Hi guys, I'm Izua Tekami and welcome to this. I know this is most likely going to be seen as an impromptu or sudden vlog, but I felt this was kind of important to not put it for it not to be put into a video, being that pretty much for health reasons and whatnot, I have to go on hiatus for I'd imagine about a month or two. It's not like I have cancer or anything like that. No, it's not that serious, but um, pretty much what it is that I guess you would say that by nature I'm a pretty hard worker and I tend to do it to a fault. Um, I put so much time and effort into recording and editing and whatnot just to try my best to get a video up about every day or every other day. Probably doesn't seem like it for the past 2, 3 weeks, but I've had a lot of personal stuff going on then too. That's taken up literally entire weekends when it should have been done in one day. Um, but yeah, I spend so much time and effort just working on these videos and recording and whatnot that I've been losing a lot of sleep doing this. And so I've been neglecting going to sleep and getting as many hours of sleep as I can, being that I have to get up at 3:30 in the morning for work, and then I'm supposed to go to bed at about 9:30 at night, which is, even though that's not the full 8 hours, that's the most reasonable time that I could go to bed early. Um, so I've been lacking on sleep because of this, and I've not been taking care of myself physically in terms of exercise and eating and whatnot. Um, I used to go to the gym and work out a lot, like pretty decently. Like I would do a shit ton of cardio and crunches and stuff like that. So when I was first started this channel, I was probably about 70 to 80 pounds lighter than I am now. And I'm pretty overweight. And it's super obvious just every day feeling that this is really taking a toll on me. And I owe it to myself to treat myself better than this. So just with work and the amount of time it takes to come home from work, being that I work nearly an hour away as it is, and then just running the Facebook pages, which I might have to cut back on that too, just because of the stress of making sure that all of that's taken care of, plus the videos and recording and whatnot. Um, I have no time to even really work out or to exercise at all, so which explains the whole gaining weight on top of the lack of sleep. And then on top of that, I need to also, in that time period, try to figure out how to deal with these technical issues that keep coming up and rearing their ugly heads about once a month or so. About, yeah, like once a month or a month and a half, where, like I said, I tend to record on weekends. So I'll record the whole weekend, and during that weekend, the recordings will be for mostly mostly the whole week coming up, and probably the next week after that. And I've had too many videos during this year where they were just unusable. Like they could not be salvaged because there was so much lagging that it's been messing up the audio and the gameplay in general. Or I've had where uh, the webcam that I'm using right now to record this has just suddenly stopped recording in the middle of doing a gameplay and I won't know about it till I turn off the recordings. And by that point, I could have like 15, 20 minutes of gameplay with literally just game audio, and that's it. And it would just be that much more stress to go and take up that much more time to go record a reaction of me watching myself play with no real context of what I was talking about, or just the whole situation in general of that moment in time when I was recording said game. So because of all of these problems, I've had a lot of like key moments in games that I've recorded for the channel, and episodes with those key moments just have to be tossed in general. A couple examples would be the end of Injustice. Um, the final episode had all of its audio just cut out on its own, and I have no idea why, but it did. Sleeping Dogs had the episode where Dog Eyes gets killed by you and Mrs. Chu. That's a very important part of the game storyline and whatnot, and that whole episode had to be scrapped because of, again, audio and lagging and whatnot. I think, yeah, Sleeping Dogs had like 2 or 3 episodes get messed up like that. I think one of them was salvageable, but barely. The most recent cases right now are the 2, or at least one Sleeping Dog episode that was supposed to go up earlier this week. Towards the very end, like the audio and the recording of just me moving in general just like jumped ahead on its own somehow, with so that way whatever was going on in the game, my reaction to when it should have been that instant is like 5 seconds later, even though everything else is perfectly lined up just fine. So, and then there's a chance that the next episode that I recorded after probably has that same exact problem. I haven't looked into it yet, but that would be 2 or 3 episodes from that series that I would have had to chuck. West of Loathing, which I tried to record yesterday to make up for all these videos from the last weekend, is another one that had a really important moment and a really important boss fight, and that lagged so bad that it was probably going 1 frame every 4 seconds. I have nothing else running on my computer other than the screen capture and the game, and yet it does that for some reason. So I gotta figure out a way how to fix that problem too during this hiatus. I want to seriously stress that that I'm not doing this because I want to, because I feel like whenever I miss a day of posting a video, that I could have done better, I could have done more, and I want to stress that I'm not quitting the channel or anything. The channel's not dying. I just seriously, for my own mental well-being and physical well-being, I have to take a hiatus for a little bit, because it's seriously eating up my entire day outside of work trying to do this, and it's extremely infuriating when you have an entire weekend's worth of recordings just completely get wasted and go to shit. So it'll be this hiatus I'm planning will be about a month or two. I'm not gonna. I'd be very, very, very surprised if it goes past 2 months. But uh, anyway, I'm sorry about this, but I just wanted to make sure that I explained to you guys why all of a sudden the videos have stopped coming up. Um, I'll definitely at least uh, grind, for example, on some games during the meantime. Like for Bloodborne, it never hurts to grind. So I'll definitely do that. Um, I'll make sure that the last episode of Dream Daddy comes up before this hiatus starts. So I'd imagine that the hiatus would probably start Friday whether it would be the 20th. So anyway, thank you guys so much for all the support that you guys show for this channel. It really does mean a lot to me, and I absolutely hate having to stop recording and whatnot for you guys. Um, I'm definitely hoping that by the time this hiatus ends, I'll be physically better, mentally better, able to handle the recording and the stresses of recording and editing and posting, and hopefully have the technical problems fixed so we won't ever have to deal with having entire videos just chucked repeatedly, have entire sections of gameplay missing, all and storylines missed altogether. Alright, thank you for watching, guys. Please hit the like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment of what you think of just this in general, of the channel and its progress. Thank you for watching, guys, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you, and bye-bye.